Tonight on In Search Of, we go looking for President Obama's missing deputy campaign chair. Join us under the icy waters of the North Atlantic, inside the pyramids of Giza, and high above the Earth on board the International Space Station, as we take you in search of Stephanie Cutter. Stand by. Yeah, that was Stephanie Cutter on This Week after she canceled her planned appearance, and that was after getting caught lying about not knowing anything about that Mitt Romney causes cancer ad. So instead, we've got David Axelrod on the porn stash of doom. Let's see what they have to say about Paul Ryan.
In Congress, he constructed a budget that, like Romney, would lavish trillions of dollars of tax cuts, most of them on the wealthy, would raise the burden on the middle class, would cut back things deeply like student loans and research and development and the things we need to grow the economy.
Yeah, there it is, the big gulp, the lie so big not even David Axelrod could swallow it. And that guy's got a throat like Linda Lovelace. Oh, and big kudos to George Stephanopoulos, and I mean this, for asking a really tough question about that subject cancer ad. Here it is.
Does the president stand behind that ad? Does he agree with what was in that ad?
Look, I don't think anybody believes that Mr. Sopcich's wife, that Governor Romney can be blamed for the death of Mr. Sopcich's wife. And frankly, I don't think the ad says that either.
Well, of course they don't believe it, but that's what the ad says. And the question was, does the president stand behind the ad? Squirrel! On now to the round table, and Gavin Newsom, well, he's just not getting the whole Ryan thing.
But I'm honestly at a loss as why Paul Ryan. I like him, I admire him, I like the generational shift, I like someone who steps up and steps into the debate and is willing to take the heat. All of those things that Paul said and others I think are valid, but I don't get the pick.
Maybe these photos of people standing in line to see Romney and Ryan together will help clear things up there for you, Gavin. Take a look. Long lines, excited voters. Get it? All right, good. Let's move along, please. So, was Stephanie Cutter on Fox News Sunday? No, but we did, and you're going to love me for this, we did get Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Yeah, here she is explaining how women should feel about that scary, scary Paul Ryan. You like it? Is she doing something different with her hair? Yeah, looks better. Where was I? Oh, yeah, then John McCain came on to explain how conservative women actually do feel about Ryan.
I believe Lee Harvey Oswald acted alone. I believe there ought to be a constitutional amendment outlawing AstroTurf and the designated hitter. I believe in the sweet spot, softcore pornography, opening your presents Christmas morning rather than Christmas Eve, and I believe in long, slow, deep, soft, wet kisses that last 3 days. Good night.
Oh, my.
He's right, isn't he, ladies? Yeah. All right, let's move along again, this time to Face the Nation, and we found her. We found Stephanie Cutter. She crawled out from under her rock to appear on the show to scare old people, because that's what Democrats do. They scare old people. Here she is talking about Medicare.
And it says something about Mitt Romney that he chose someone who has a budget that really it would be the end of Medicare as we know it, would increase costs on seniors and throw them into the private market. So that is big, bold, and courageous. But I don't think that's the prescription the American people are looking for.
Oh, Steph, honey, you should have stayed under the rock, really, because you know what's going to end Medicare as we know it? Medicare. It's broke. We're all broke. Obama cut it by $700 billion, and it's broke. Jeez. Being President Obama's deputy campaign manager is hard. Been wanting to say that. But you know what? Talk about a tough interview. Wait until you see how Nancy Cortez just laid into Cutter for lying last week about that cancer ad. Just kidding. She would never embarrass a comrade. Sisters for the cause. All right, one last thing. I always love it when you see some actual reporting on one of these Sunday shows. And when I say I always love it, I mean the twice it actually happened. Well, here it is again as Jan Crawford takes you behind the scenes of how Romney kept the whole Ryan thing a deep, dark secret.
Well, Nancy, it was almost something out of a spy novel, the lengths that they went to keep this a secret. It involved Paul Ryan when he was going to meet with Romney in Boston to be offered the pick, actually almost being in disguise. He had sunglasses, a baseball cap, casual clothes so he could move through the airports. And then when he was going to Virginia to be announced as the nominee, he sneaked out the back of the house and went through the woods to get his ride.
Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. You know, Crawford might have gotten the scoop, but only PJTV has the video. Here's Ryan on Friday night with his new Secret Service agent, Elwood.